Well, howdy folks, Cricks here, and welcome to Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere. And today we're going to be talking about a mech that I don't use very often because I don't have one. I've used it in games like Gen Con, I've used it in other games. My brother has one, so I've used his before. But it's just not one of those ones that I have a tendency to use very much or had any need for it. But being that it's a Star League mech, we're just going to be talking about it. Alright, the Falcon is a 30-ton mech. It is a 696, so it's very versatile. Gets around with those jump jets. Has 12 heat sinks. Has 96 points of armor. And it has some okay weaponry. Let's just see here. We got a medium laser in the right arm, a small laser in the right arm, small laser in the left arm. We have a medium or not a medium laser, but it's a machine gun in the right and left torso with a ton of ammo in the center torso. And then we have the jump jets in the right and left torso. Now, you look at the Falcon, and it is, oh, I forgot to mention one thing. Those two machine guns pointing to the rear. Okay, so if you're running away and someone's right behind you, you can always machine gun them. Or if you got infantry trying to shoot you, you can mow them down from the back into them or something. I don't know. But being that it is a 30-ton mech, it's a 696, it can be pretty good at intercepting. Not that it has hardly any firepower really to do the interception job. It's pretty good at getting in behind individuals, like with those 6 jump jets. You can jump in behind somebody and possibly lay in a couple of small lasers into the rear arc. Okay, that's a lot of what I always used it for and how I used it when I did play with it. It's just more or less a harassment type mech because it doesn't really have a lot of firepower to begin with. So you're looking at 11 points of damage. Yeah, 11 potentially that you can do shooting out the front, getting behind somebody. And really that isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things. Now, one good thing about the mech with 12 heat sinks, you don't have to worry about heat, is that you have the medium laser, that's 3 heat, 2 small lasers, that's 5. If you jump 6, there's 11. So you have 12 heat sinks, and the most heat you do is 11. So in one way, you could actually get rid of a heat sink or do some finagling around. Now, like I said, a lot of times I've used this mech, I would try to get around the flank, move as fast as I can, get in behind somebody, or hit him in a flank, or kind of a harassment type thing. It's not a mech that you're going to, if you see some medium or heavy mechs that are not engaged, oh no, you're not going anywhere near, because if they're not engaged, they'll just look at you and go, ooh, juicy target. Because I'm not if I'm facing one of these things, I'm not too worried about the amount of firepower that it puts down range, because it's not a threat beyond 9. Because the best weapon it has is 1 medium laser. So with 1 medium laser, geez, anything past 4 hexes, you know, it's like, ooh, I'm only going to get hit with a medium laser. I'm not really too worried about it. So that's just the way I look at it right there, is that it's not a threat. It doesn't really cause anybody. If they know anything about the game and they see a Falcon coming at them, they're like, oh, it's just a Falcon. I'm not worried about it. It's like having a Stinger or a Wasp coming at you. It's like, if you're a medium or heavy mech and you got 1 coming at you, that's not a problem. Now 4 of them, yeah, then you start going, okay, that's getting a little dicey because I'm not going to be able to handle them. So that brings us into how to use this thing. Pack tactics, all right, is that you get this with a group of other light mechs that are all moving fast. You swarm a single target. You get in there, so they have lots of problems of trying to figure out which one to shoot at. It's like, all right, they'll be like, this is the best. Okay, this one has the best firing solution, so they'll probably shoot at that one. But the next turn, it may not be the same mech that has the best firing solution. It may be a different one. So you kind of swarm around a mech, moving as fast as you can, jumping around or everything, and you just slowly whittle them down and punching, kicking type of thing. Now, with this mech, you know, with your weapons, you know, you're looking at your two. If you get in close enough with your two small lasers and your medium laser, yeah, you're not going to be punching with this thing, so you might as well try to kick with it. Okay, that's pretty much all it is. Now, let's do a quick look here. Variants. Falcon remains in the inner sphere are almost all extremely repaired or hybrids of different types of weapons and systems. The only ones that are... The only Wolf Dragoons have access to the newer undamaged mechs of this type. So, that brings us to modifications. When you look at this mech, it's just screaming for being modded. And the two mods I would think about doing is, I'm looking at this thing right here. We got those two machine guns facing to the rear. Alright, you have two choices. Do you want to turn those two machine guns and face them forward, so if you do get in behind somebody and you'd rather have the two machine guns, they're not causing you any heat, so I'd rather have the ability to shoot forward with them and then at least have a potential of adding 4 more damage points. Alright, 4 more damage on someone's back. That might be the difference of a 2-point shot to an open spot and some rear armor that's gone, and getting a chance of critical on some type of nice little structure inside, maybe even an ammo. Okay, or you could look at it this way: is that's 2 tons. What can you do with 2 tons? Add maybe 2 more medium lasers by converting 2 machine guns. Yeah, you're not going to have the ability to fend off infantry as well, but if you're trying to use this as a vehicle to get in behind somebody and punch holes in their rear armor along with their other lance mates, it might behoove you to have something that has the ability to do that. And medium lasers do. Alright, so you can add 2 medium lasers. Just leave them in the center torso, just firing forward. One replaces the bin of ammo that's already there, and you just throw another medium laser in there. Okay. Or you could, that would leave you, and that version would leave you with 3 medium lasers and 2 small lasers. So you're looking at 9, 11. Alright, so now you're 11. If you do jump 6, that puts you at 17. So yeah, that would be up by 5 on the heat scale. That could be bad, but with a jumping, heat doesn't affect your jumping distance, so you could jump out of there again if necessary and not fire some stuff to cool off. So that's an option. Or if you walked, you wouldn't heat up. If you ran, you just go up by 1. So that's a possibility. So when you're a 6'9", you can get around somebody pretty quickly without having to worry about using your jump jets and then hit them. So it's a possibility that you, on the one turn, that you could, with 3 medium lasers and 2 small lasers, fire everything at shorter range and then hit them with a run. Just go by it. You know, you're only going up a little bit. So that's what I would look at as a good option. So it's kind of a hit trade-off one way or the other. So that's kind of like how I look at the Falcon. It's not what I would consider a go-to. There might be a day when I pick one up and throw it into the mech bay for one to have. So that's a possibility, but until that day happens, that's pretty much what I'm going to do with mine if I ever do play with one again is if I don't play the book one, it's going to be one that's going to replace those machine guns. So that's how I would play it. And then running it with some other mechs. And next thing you know, you're using swarm tactics, and then you're tearing off armor off of one target. So that's why you pick on somebody and use the speed to your advantage. So that's pretty much it for this episode. That's the Falcon. I don't know if anybody out there has much use for one or has used one. If you have used the end version, let me know. Put it down below if you have, and we will talk with you later. Halcrags out.